Oh, they should be. We expected them all. All of us said they should be 3-0. They better be 3-0. But I feel not like that this is they're gonna win. I don't know what they're gonna do, because Iowa State is really, really good. They've had some of their warts as well because of what Iowa's really good. But somebody asked me today, is this got a feel of 2019? It's too early for that. But they have right now almost that personality. The defense, I don't see enough of a pass rush. That 19 team had a great pass rush. They are running the hell out of the football. Jeff Grimes and Eric Mateos have to be just thrilled. Gary Bohannon is being just fantastic so far against who he's played against. But he is throwing the ball from every angle, every way, every possible route. They're pretty good. But isn't this the barometer of who they're going to be?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the first real game they played. The other three teams, they were all expected to win by double digits, and they won by double digits except for that Texas State game. So, yeah, it's just a little bit of a step up now playing a top 25 team in Iowa State, who we know came in with a lot of preseason expectations. They've looked okay. They haven't looked great. They haven't looked terrible. They've looked okay. And I think Baylor has a chance to win this game this weekend, and not because everybody has a chance every time you take the field. I think you combine the fact that they're at home, but just the way that they played. I said in an article today, it's not about who they played, it's about how they played. And they played really well, doing the things that they should be doing well against teams like that. So that's what gives me encouragement. Not that they beat up on Kansas or beat up on Texas Southern. It's the way they beat up on Kansas and Texas Southern. It was smashing the football. And look, there's going to be a huge challenge with the Iowa State defense compared to what they've seen. So this will be a tell-all about, how strong this run game really is, how good this offensive line really is, how good Gary Bohannon really is. Iowa State's going to take some things away, and they're going to have to find ways to get around that. But I think when you look back at this weekend, all of a sudden, here's the fullback involved. A fullback, what? They have a fullback? Here's the tight ends getting involved. Here's Ebner. Here's all these other guys. Here's Snead now making plays. There's a lot for Iowa State to have to prepare for. I do worry about Baylor's pass rush, but Brock Purdy has shown he can be a turnover machine if you put a little sauce on him, and I expect Baylor to bring Bernard and Petrie and try to get to him as much as possible. But I think it's going to be a great game. I don't think Iowa State is head and shoulders better than them. I think Baylor has a good team this year, and they're going to be competitive, especially this first, big home game like this.
All right, when we come back, more from the calls. And thanks for a lot of you that jumped on early, 254-339-1122.
And to the point about fans, I know there are certain fans that they absolutely cannot go. Like, they truly can't. They're too old or whatever the case may be. But for everybody else, there's more than enough people to fill that stadium. And I don't want to hear any excuses. If you were sitting there crying and whining about maybe getting booted out of the Big 12 a month ago, and now you're one of those that's like, I just don't feel like going to the game. Who cares?
Too hot, too early, too whatever.
Then don't call up and complain about maybe not being in a big conference again, because part of what they do look at is, fan support, attendance, things of that nature. So it's a big deal to have fans there. And it's a big game. It should be packed out anyways and shouldn't even be a question.
I have, and Paul, you and I did a show together for many, many years. I couldn't believe what I saw when I first arrived here, but they had 17 years of pathetic. And then they started to give glimmers of hopes, and it still seemed like it wasn't much. Baylor fans do get and take a lot of hits because of the crowd attendance in the old days of Floyd Casey. I do think that there seems to be a lot of excuses. Your football team is 3-0. They're about to play a damn good team that was almost in some cases the co-favorite other than Oklahoma. If they don't win it, then Iowa State would win the Big 12. Your team plays well. They're fun to watch, and they're good. They seem to do it right. But if it's not packed, it won't surprise me. Yeah. And I've beaten that drum so many times that I just finally decided I wasn't going to do it, whether it's before a game or after a game. You want to go, it's your school, it's not mine. Go support them. If you're just a fan and want to watch college football, Breece Hall is one of the best running backs in America. Treston Edwards, explosive. It's to me, is a game you'd want to watch.
Oh, yeah,
Rose,
absolutely.
the linebacker, the tight end, Kohler.
If they win this game, they're 4-0, and they've got a huge test already out of the way, and there's no reason to think they can't go and win the rest of them. I mean, seriously, if they beat Iowa State, there's a lot to like about this team, and people will just look at who they played and just roll their eyes and go, yeah, whatever. But when you had to sit there and watch every snap like we did last year and how god-awful that was, and you watch now, it's not even close. It's not even close to a comparison. Offense just by itself is so night and day. So they're like you said, they're a fun team to watch. I expect them to score some points this weekend. I expect Iowa State to score some points, and I expect a hell of a game.
All right, when we come back, calls, text, also the chat room.